Hi there. So we've heard a lot of sympathetic, a lot of leftist voices, and the recent voices about Shahbag and a good analysis. But I mean, the fact remains that Bangladesh is a market democracy, and let me zoom out.
What democracy?
Market democracy, market-oriented. So there are structural problems even from the right that's in Bangladesh, and you know, Shahbag, I feel like, or similar movements lately should be addressing that. So things like Bangladesh has really winning the race to the bottom in global economic competition, and there is lack of transparency, and there's huge democratic deficit in Bangladesh. So how does Shahbag address those problems in creating economic opportunities in Bangladesh instead of just seeking for justice?
Thank you. Someone else, so just like get a couple of comments and questions before we come back, because we heard from the panelists.
Clear to all of us, right? Mainstream political parties have failed the people of Bangladesh. All the BNP, you name it, we all know, they're corrupt to the core, right? Now, if you go to ask the General Shahbagi or a hypothetical person, one thing you will see is they have one thing they have in common, right? They're both fighting for justice. So obviously there's enough anger and discontentment of the people, So my question is that, if the way forward is a left alternative, right? So left need a strategy in Bangladesh to grow and build its base. I mean, Bangladesh has a great rich legacy of left parties, like starting from Communist Party of Bangladesh all the way to Bashar and NAP and all those various other parties. So my question would be, if the goal is to strengthen the left, right? What sort of strategies we can think of today that actually can practically practice it, I would argue that, Bangladesh needs an independent, interventionist, internationalist political organization, working more like having like united front and the left, right? But also kind of like chime in and shape in what it can to for the very bigger struggle. So my question is coming from the front yourself, someone like you, what do you say more like the plausible strategies are for the left to grow in Bangladesh?
Yeah, I had a question on Shahbag and the platform, actually. I was not really clear, apart from justice, what is the current platform of Shahbag politically? And can you really categorize them as left? As my colleague over there raised the question. And then I have a follow-up question. Basically, given that you argue that the current political government has co-opted Shahbag, is there a space for this to become, like, let's say, a third political force, or what would the platform be to compete in political space?
I like to speak. It's a small room, so it's fine. Couple of things. I came in late, so I did miss lots of analysis and discussion, but I felt a trend in this analysis that kind of a focus on too much of how Awami League has captured this movement and used it for their political gain. But I grew up in a time that was I was a high school student when the democratic movement started, the military dictator was toppled, and back then Jahanara Imam started this movement to demand the kind of a justice for the victims for 71, and it failed. One of the reasons was it failed, and that time the movement, the population that involved was bigger than this time. It was the first time they had about 2 lakhs people for the first meeting, but it failed. At the same time, right after the meeting, I think the High Court granted citizenship to Ghulam Azam. But this time around, the question of to kind of a demand for their trial about advances this far. One of the reasons is that Awami League is in the power. If Awami League wasn't in the power, it might not have go this far. Another reason, another thing I think is missing is that although all of the movement in Bangladesh is focused on kind of a move by Dhaka. Just because a little bit of it discussed, without that it might always be that the progressive people will feel like they are losing in this battle instead of seeing that it's at one step forward.
I would like to thank all the speakers for a very informative session. So a very simple question. Do you guys think the intensity of the movement is declining? Just by looking at the news, I can see the trend. And if so, why do you think it is declining? Because I think the reasons behind the movement are on the rise. I mean, the reasons to oppose is on the rise. The reasons for protesting is actually even more now. None of the demands have actually been met. And on top of that, there are the power event and then economic situation. And there are just more and more reasons to be upset about. But I don't see the movement being more and more intense. So if you guys could comment on it.